Okay, number 9. Now you should be used to why I'm doing this and what you are to do with it. So I'm just going to go for it instead of making the video too long. The Cookie Emporium makes and sells chocolate chip and gingerbread cookies. They make at most a combined total of 500 cookies each day. They produce at least 100 chocolate chips and at least 100 gingerbread cookies. They make 50 cents on each chocolate chip cookie they sell and 40 cents on each gingerbread cookie they sell. Find the maximum profit and the number of each type of cookie that must be made to yield the maximum profit. Okay, so on this one, I'm supposed to read the problem and make a table. So that's the added piece. I'm not given the table to just write the constraints from it. I have to actually read the problem and make the table with this. But this is not so bad, okay? I'm going to give you some hints on doing this. They're talking about maximum profit here, and it's by chocolate chip cookies and gingerbread cookies. So you're going to let X be the chocolate chip and Y be the gingerbread. Okay, so we're going to go into the show your work screen first, and here's the problem again, but it's written, each sentence is on each line. So I'm looking at each line, and I know first of all that in this box, so text box, I want to write chocolate chip. At first, X equals choc chip. And I need that bigger so that I can actually see it. So I'm going to click on here and stretch it out. Okay, there, I can see it now. Yay! I'm going to switch colors to, what do I want? I want black so I can see better. Okay, so I'm not going to redo that. Here's my text, and I'm going to put in here, Y is gingerbread. So Y will be ginge. Y equals ginger. ER. Okay, and I don't know why it's coming up so small on here, but I need to expand it so I can actually read it. Okay, so I have my X and my Y. Usually I put my X on my Y on the top, and you may have noticed that on the other ones. So they make at most a combined total of 500 cookies. So that would be X would go here, X, and Y would go here. Yeah, that's really small. Click on that. There we go. Stretch it out, X, and then Y is here, and again it's really small, so I need to expand it out. This is why I like paper and pencil. So, trying to click on it, so there we go. There we go. Now I'm just moving it. There. Why? Okay, and this is going to be less than or equal to, they make a combined total of 500 cookies a day. So this is at most. So at most means less than or equal to 500 cookies. Okay, so in this box I want to put less than or equal to 500. So my option less than and space 500, and then I need to enlarge this. There we go. Move it down. Okay, So this is my combined total. I'm gonna write, they produce at least, so you would have X 100 produce at least. So 100X, no, X would be less than, or X would be greater than or equal to 100. This is going to be kind of messed up, but I'm going to put that right in here. I'm going to say X is going to be greater than or equal to 100 because it's at least 100. So 100 is the smallest amount made. This is driving me crazy that this is so small. And then text, and my Y is going to be greater than or equal to 100 also. Click on that. There we go. Okay. Okay. So they make 50 cents on each chocolate chip cookie, and I want to maximize profit. So I'm going to write max in here so that I realize that. Max, and the table is to help you. It's to help you organize it. So if I'm not filling in those other two, it doesn't really matter. Like I could put total here and then the at least here for the identifying it, but I don't need to do that as long as I can write my inequalities and my objective function from it. The table is a work to help you organize the word problem. So I want a text box, and I want 50 cents X 0.50 X here. And a text box over here where it's 0.40 because it's 40 cents for gingerbread cookies. And that would be Y, 0.40 Y. And remember, I don't have that equal to anything because it's my objective. Okay, so now my constraints are going to be X plus Y is less than or equal to 500. So I hope this doesn't keep small. No, it is. X plus Y is less than or equal to 500. But it's a little bit easier to expand, and I need a plus sign here, not an equal sign. So, oops. So plus, and then I already have this completed here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to this. I'm going to text. I'm going to copy it. Command C. And I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to press text and put my text back down here and press Command V, and then I'm going to stretch it out, and I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to do the same thing. So Command C, and then I'm going to press out of that and the text box, And I'm going to put that down here so I don't have to keep writing it. Command V and stretch it out. And probably move it over so it's a little bit more lined up. Okay, so I have my constraints, and then my objective function is 0.50x plus 40y, and I want to maximize it. So I'm going to press text box, and I'm going to put max 0.50x plus 0.40y. So that's 40 cents and 50 cents. And let me enlarge that so I can read it. There we go. Okay, so now I need to enter the constraints on Desmus. So I'm writing them down on a piece of paper now so that I don't have to flip around screens. X is greater than or equal to 100, and y is greater than or equal to 100. And I'm going to go into Desmus, and I'm going to put in those constraints. So I have, and you want me to use the keyboard so you can see what I'm pressing. X plus y is greater than or equal, it's less than or equal to. Less than or equal to 500. And then click below it, and I have x is greater than or equal to 100. And below that, and y is greater than or equal to 100. And then, so those are my three constraints, and I don't see anything on here, so I'm going to shrink it down until I do. And now I kind of want it moved over here a little bit. So put my cursor and shrink it, but enough so that I can see where it all crosses over. I click on my critical point right here, 100, 100, my critical point right there, and my critical point right here. It's not the one below it because it doesn't have the green there. So it's these three. Now I got to click on them again so that they show up for my picture. So Command Shift 4, take a screenshot of this. In my critical points, take a screenshot of my equations so I know how I got the critical points, and then go out of Desmus, and I want to call up my equations, so image and picture, and then here's my equations, add the image, put the image on here, and I'm going to expand it a little bit so I can see it much better. There we go. And then I need the graphs, so image and my graphs. There's my graphs with my critical points. And then I'm going to put that over here, and I'm going to expand it a little bit so I can see the numbers and the region, where I'm getting those numbers from, and show my work. Okay, this is my equation, my max, 0.50x plus 0.40y. So I'm just going to put my ordered pairs here. So I'm going to press the text box and click on this, and I need parenthesis 100, comma, space 100, close the parenthesis, press enter, and then 100 again, comma, 400, and then press return, and then parenthesis, 400 comes first, comma, 100, close the parenthesis, and I can see that much better. I'm going to expand it out. I'm going to click on the box to be able to move it. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to click back up here, and I'm going to, I need to be in text. And then I'm going to click back up here, and there's my cursor, so I'm going to go past that. I'm going to say this implies, and I'm going to plug it in. So 0.50 times 100 plus 0.40 times 100, and that is going to equal 0.50 times 100. If I multiply 0.5 by 10, the 5 goes over, and I lose my decimal, and so that is 50. So I have 50 here, and then 0.40 times 100 would be plus 40, so plus 40. And this is equal to 90 when I add it together. And then I'm going to go down here and plug that one in. So 0.50 times 100, and then plus 0.40 times 400. Okay, and then equals, and again you can use a calculator. This is going to be 50 again, and then the 0.40 times 40. 4 times 4 is 16. Take one of the zeros away to move the decimal over, and I have a whole 16, and then add a 0 onto it, so that's 160. And so this is equal to 210. Okay, and then over here I have equals 0.50 times 400 plus 0.40 times 100, and that is equal to, okay, 4 times 5 is 20, so that would be at the 2, and then add the 2 zeros by the 100, so that would be 200. So 200 plus, and then 0.4, that would be 40 again, so that's 240, equals 240. So, and this is money, but that's my work screen, so I don't have to put in the dollar signs. Okay, so my final answer is that I'm looking at the question, find the maximum profit and the number of each type of cookie that must be made to yield the maximum profit. The maximum profit is $240 for, and that is 400 chocolate chip cookies, 400 chocolate chip cookies, and 100 gingerbread cookies. Gingerbread is the Y, yes. Gingerbread cookies. Okay, and then I'm going to go out and expand this. It says I can choose it. There we go. And I'm going to expand it a little bit big, and I'm going to put my cursor here, and then press enter, and then go click out, click on it, and move it over. And I can put my cursor right after the and there I have it. Yay!